So, I was away for a week. Work trip. Nothing unusual. My boyfriend was home, he works 1 week on, 1 week off, so the timing worked out. When I came back, something felt off. Not in a bad smell or something missing kind of way. More like, something wasn't right. The house? Spotless. I mean really clean. Dishes done. Floors vacuumed. Even my laundry, the stuff I usually leave in the washroom and on the couch, all folded and in the basket. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's sweet. What a great guy. Right? Except, he never does that. Ever. I usually clean up. I do the laundry. So yeah, I was surprised. But okay, maybe he just missed me. Maybe he wanted to be nice. I let it go. But then, he started night shifts the day after I got back. I was working days. So we didn't really see each other, just passing like ships in the night. One evening, I came home, and I figured I'd keep the cleaning going. The house looked great, but there was this shop vac, a vacuum. Just sitting outside our bedroom door for weeks. I finally decided to put it away. That's when I saw it. Behind the vacuum, tucked close to the wall. A sock. Not mine. Not his. A small women's ankle sock, in a brand I don't wear. It looked recently worn. My stomach dropped. I didn't want to overreact. Maybe there's a simple explanation, right? So I just picked it up, and placed it on my bedside table. Quietly. Like I was testing something. Early next morning, I asked him about it. He said he found it. He said it was on the stairs, and he thought it was mine, so he put it there. Except, I put it there. On purpose. To see what he'd say. So why lie? And more importantly, if he really thought it was mine, why didn't he toss it in the laundry like the rest of my clothes? Why hide it behind a vacuum? That's when I knew. Something was wrong. I asked him again. Calmly. Why did you say you put it there, when I did? He got quiet. Then defensive. Then angry. He swore he didn't have anyone over. Said I was being paranoid. Then, without warning, he shut down. Didn't answer. Didn't apologize. Just, went to sleep. The silence? Louder than yelling. Later that day, we broke up. But it didn't end there. You see. I thought the worst part was over. But what happened next, the anger, the shouting, the threats, showed me a side of him I can't ever unsee. He didn't just lie. He snapped. So, yeah. We broke up. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I just walked away. But something about his silence scared me more than anything he could have said. After that, I started noticing more strange things. Like how he came back to the house while I was at work, to pick up his stuff. He took some clothes. A few tools. And then, one of our dogs. No message. No heads up. Just, gone. That broke me. I kept changing the lock code every time he left, but something about it still made me feel exposed. I told a few friends nearby. Explained what was happening. They said I could call them if I ever felt unsafe. I didn't realize how soon I'd have to take them up on that offer. Because that morning, he woke up while I was sitting at my desk, trying to work, and trying not to cry. He walked in like nothing had happened. Like he didn't lie. Like we didn't break up. And then, he tried to cuddle me. From behind. Like he was trying to rewind time. I just sat there. Frozen. He asked why I was mad. I told him, again, about the sock. About the lie. He said, I didn't lie. Said he meant that he found it earlier while cleaning and had tossed it aside. But I knew the truth. I put it on the table. He didn't. He was just backpedaling. Then it happened. His tone flipped. The calm voice turned into shouting. His face twisted with rage. He said, "You're always accusing me of cheating." Slammed a cabinet door. threw his hands in the air, stormed out of the room. Said he wasn't going on our summer trip to visit my parents. Said he was staying in the house all summer. And then told me, my friend, the one who was supposed to rent the place for work, couldn't come anymore. It was like he was trying to take back control of everything. I asked him, why are you getting so mad? His eyes went wild. He didn't answer. Instead, he grabbed his coffee cup and threw it down the stairs. Hot coffee. Everywhere. Mug shattered. Then, he grabbed an old baseball bat we keep by the door for safety and started slamming it into the step outside the front door. Over and over again. Yelling. Screaming. I'm not ing cheating. Then he tossed his packed lunch down the stairs too. Food all over. And stormed out to his truck. Peeled out of the driveway like something out of a movie. I just stood there. Shaking. Speechless. I thought finding that sock was the worst thing that could happen. But now, I'm scared of what might come next. Because when someone shows you who they really are, not with words, but with rage, you can't unsee it. And I have this awful feeling. This isn't over yet. After he drove off, the house felt quiet. Not peaceful. Not calm. Just tense. Like the silence after a storm, but you know the sky's not done yet. I didn't clean up the coffee. I didn't touch the broken mug or the mess on the stairs. I just sat there. Thinking. How did we get here? This wasn't about some stupid sock anymore. This was about control. Fear. Power. And the scariest part? I wasn't surprised. This wasn't the first time I'd seen him angry. But it was the first time he'd broken things. Thrown things. Slammed a bat against the steps like he didn't care who was watching. It made me wonder. What if I'd been closer to him when he snapped? What if I had said something different? Or worse, what if I had said nothing at all? That night, I barely slept. Every creak in the hallway, every sound outside made my heart race. I kept checking the door. The windows. The locks. Was he going to come back? And what if he didn't just want his things this time? I texted my friend, the one who lives a few blocks away, and told her everything. She offered to let me stay at her place for a few nights. But I stayed. Mostly because I didn't want to feel like he had pushed me out of my own home. This was still my space. At least for now. The next morning, he was back. I had set up a camera in the hallway by the door, just in case. Around 9 a.m., I got an alert on my phone. There he was. Standing in the doorway. Not knocking. Not calling. Just standing there. Holding something. I watched, frozen, as he looked up at the camera. Then, he smiled. That same fake smile he used when he was trying to act calm. Like nothing was wrong. He placed something down by the door, turned, and walked back to his truck. I waited until he drove away. Then I opened the door. It was a box. Inside, a couple of his t-shirts. A random charger. And one of the dog's old toys. No note. No message. But taped to the side of the box was a printed photo. Of us. Smiling. Hugging. From months ago. Before all this. And written across it in sharp black marker. You'll miss this. That's when I realized. He wasn't just trying to take his things. He was trying to mess with my mind. And I don't think he's finished yet. I held the box in my hands for a while. Just staring at that photo. That picture used to mean something to me. Now it felt like a warning. The black marker, the way he wrote "You'll miss this" across our smiling faces, it wasn't sad or sentimental. It was threatening. Like he was saying, "You'll regret leaving me." I took the box inside, but I didn't unpack it. I didn't want his things in my space anymore. I shoved it in the closet, locked the front door, and called my friend again. She didn't even hesitate. Come stay here. Right now. Don't wait. So I grabbed a duffel bag, stuffed it with a few clothes, my laptop, charger, and the dog's favorite blanket. I looked around the house one last time. And left. That night, sleeping in someone else's guest room, I kept thinking. Is he watching the house? Is he waiting for me to come back? What's he planning next? The worst part wasn't what he did. It was not knowing what he might do. 2 days later, I went back. Not to stay, just to grab more stuff and check on things. I waited until I knew he'd be at work. When I got to the door, something was off again. The code on the lock didn't work. I tried twice. 3 times. Nothing. He had changed it. I stood there, outside my own home, heart pounding. I knew he still had the code from before. But I had changed it. Multiple times. The only way he could have gotten in was if he watched me enter it. Or guessed it. Or worse. He never really stopped coming around. I called a locksmith immediately. When I finally got inside, everything looked normal. But it wasn't. I walked into the bedroom, and my bedside drawer was open. Not all the way. Just slightly. Inside? My journal. Flipped to the middle. A page half folded like someone had read it, marked it, and walked away. My underwear drawer? Messy. Like someone had gone through it, then tried to make it look untouched. And in the kitchen, taped to the fridge with a magnet. Another photo. This time? Just a shot of my car. Parked. In my friend's driveway. Taken from a distance. He knows where I am. He's watching me. And now? I don't feel safe anywhere. The moment I saw that photo on the fridge, the one of my car parked outside my friend's house, I felt like my blood ran cold. It was taken from far away. From the street. From a distance someone would use if they didn't want to be seen. He'd been following me. Watching me. Waiting. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a breakup anymore. This was stalking. This was fear. This was real. I didn't call him. I didn't give him a warning. I called the police. I showed them everything. The sock. The broken mug. The messages. The pictures. The changed lock code. The photo of my car. And when they saw it all laid out, they took me seriously. A report was filed. They told me to stay with someone, avoid being alone, and document everything. A few days later, I filed for a restraining order. That photo, the one he left like a little threat, ended up being the very thing that gave me protection. It took weeks to feel normal again. I moved out of the house. My name was still on the lease, but I didn't care anymore. I didn't want to live in a place where I had to sleep with one eye open. I stayed with friends. I got a new phone. Changed my number. I even bought a cheap used car to keep him from spotting me by my old one. I did what I had to do. Not because I was weak. But because I was done. Done with the fear. Done with the lies. Done with the man who thought my silence meant he still had control. Months have passed now. I've started therapy. I've gotten stronger. I sleep through the night. Sometimes, I still look over my shoulder. But I don't live in fear anymore. That man? He didn't just break a coffee mug. He broke my trust, my sense of safety, and he lost the chance to be a part of my life forever. All over a lie. And a sock. If you ever find yourself in a situation that feels off, trust your gut. Even if it's just one sock. Even if they tell you you're overreacting. Because sometimes, it's not about what's missing, it's about what you found. And I found my strength.